I've inherited hundreds of Terraform code bases over the years, and most of them are a disaster. You see one file with over 2,000 plus files, no modules, everything hard-coded. Now, if you ever said this code is self-documenting, I'm talking to you right there. Now, let me show you how to clean up, your Terraform like a pro, right? It's important to clean it up and keep your code clean, because when project is burning at 3 a.m., you don't want to be, deciphering bunch of spaghetti code, as they call it. Here's what 70% of Terraform repos I've seen get catastrophically wrong. You have one massive main.tf. Why do you have this? With thousands of lines, different resources. Why like this? There's no modules, just copy and paste the resources. Instance types are hard-coded, right, in 17 different places. There's a Terraform state sitting in your Dropbox or in your local computer. Why? There's no documentation, no structure, no clue. Now, Terraform is infra as code. So why are you writing like a messy bash script, right? As you can see here. Now, this is a more clean example. Number one, you have a more modular approach, right? We're going to go through a clean production-grade Terraform setup. First thing is to use modules. Wherever you think you may repeat your resources, please use modules. That's what it's made for. That's why it's called Terraform and it's made for, right? One definition, and it can be used across different environments, thousands of places, right? Easier for testing, maintenance, and reviews. Next thing is to make sure you use remote state, right? S3 backend, and so on, right? If you're using Azure, a blob storage, and Google Cloud for, a storage bucket, right? S3 backend with your key DynamoDB table. Nowadays, you have the native lock-in S3. Use that, right? Avoid overwriting and make sure you have a collaborative environment with your team. Next thing is to have a good environment structure, right? Environments, you have dev, staging, and prod. Or you can use workspaces or even Terraform, right? Because you have different vars with the same base logic. Easier for pipelines, and you have clearer changes. You know where changes are being made. Another good one, but many people don't do it, is variable validation, right? Most people don't validate their variable. What does that mean? For you, when you create a var, Terraform var, right? Add a condition, a validation, say, make sure it contains dev, staging, and prod. If it doesn't, add the error message so people don't just put any variable, right? It's very good. So then you won't have any more typos in your variables. Very important. Again, use outputs, right? Give your team what they actually need. When you take out something from a module to another module, make sure to use the output. Again, naming conventions, right? Don't just have like weird conventions for naming. Make sure to have good namings in place. This is very, very important to understand. Otherwise, you have namings all over the place. If you have no consistency and no template to follow, disaster. Another thing is that when you're writing your Terraform, right, write your Terraform like you'll be debugging it half asleep at 3 a.m. during a production incident. Now, if that Terraform plan takes 10 minutes to understand, your system is probably broken. Now, if this helped you, please like and subscribe, right? I'm going to break down more of these real infrastructure code and how to write Terraform like a proper platform engineer. I know there's any, ChatGPT writing code for you. And if you want, drop your Terraform horror stories in the comments below. Let's share our war stories.